Yeah, I saw it. I was there. I was there in 1977, I was there in 1999, and I was there in 2015. Yes, get ready, folks. Here it is, the spoiler-free edition of The Force Awakens movie review, the 7th installment of the Star Wars saga. So anyway, let me get into it. Well, this was incredible. This was exactly the Star Wars film that we needed. If you were here, JJ, I would shake your hand and just say, hey, thank you for putting the Star Wars back into Star Wars. That's exactly what it was. I love the homaging to episode 4, and there were some hints of episode 5 and 6 in it as well. But it is exactly what we needed. And then to see this movie, you're not going to see it just once. You're going to have to see it several times. I got to admit, the first time I saw it, I wasn't quite sure what all was going on. I kind of walked out of the theater a little confused, but I saw it the next morning and just had a completely different perspective. I saw it. It hit all the beats that it needed to hit, and this really is a good film. I still like The New Hope and Empire Strikes Back better, but this film is I would say on par with Return of the Jedi, if not a little better. It's probably my third favorite Star Wars film. The film basically is covering 4 new characters with a couple of the old characters from the original trilogy in tow. It's the story of basically Daisy Ridley, who's playing Rey, John Boyega, who's playing Finn, Adam Driver, who's playing Kylo Ren, and of course Oscar Isaacs, who's playing Poe Dameron. So this movie was an absolute joy to watch. I mean, I will say this. The first 35 minutes of this film, I don't know that there was a film out there that topped it in this genre. I was thoroughly enjoying it. I was so overjoyed just sitting there in my seat, just watching all the way that JJ was connecting old with new and new with old, and just seeing the introduction of the new actors within the old. And I mean, it was incredible. So what did I like about this film? Well, let me give you my props. The props are, the practical effects were incredible. I loved it. In fact, the practical effects in this film were so good that when they did use CGI, the CGI, you could make a case that it didn't really come off as well. But the practical effects, awesome. The sound stage that they used, it was great. The sounds of the ships flying by, but I'll give you this. Darth Vader was known for his breathing apparatus, but Kylo Ren, the sound of his lightsaber, plus whenever he walked, he had heavy feet. He had the weight. You felt like just the way he walked and the sound of his feet. He sounded like the Hulk or maybe Godzilla when he's walking. It's like you felt that there was a tremendous burden of weight on this guy, and he was using it to intimidate. So I loved the sound in this deal. I would also say another prop for me in this film was also just, again, the storyline. It was smart. They stuck to it. They made it make sense when they did introduce the old characters into it. It was seamless. I thought they did that really well. The movie also has great humor in it. Now, there were some times where I thought that they were kind of almost getting ready to turn it into a comedy, a Marvel film, but it was okay. It was okay. Because, I mean, I like humor, but the thing about humor is it has to be well placed. You can't have everybody quipping off of everything, because then it just dilutes the tension that you're trying to create with the scene. But this film had that. It had it in spades. I also liked in this film just the ideas, some of the concepts that I can't get into right now because that'll be in the spoiler video. But it did that. The story took you to some different places and kind of put some twists on some things that I thought were good. So I'll give you the twist. The twist is another prop for me in this film. And really, to be honest, I just like the fact that JJ got it. He got it. I mean, the directing, the acting, it was good. He got it. He didn't try to make a version of this that was just clearly there just to sell toys. You got the sense that he really loved this film, and just the love that he put into it. It was great. So we meet Rey. She's a scavenger. We meet John Boyega's character, who's Finn. He's a stormtrooper that's having a identity crisis at the moment and is trying to figure out who he is. We got Poe Dameron, who's basically, he's just a butt kicker. He's the stud. He's the big man on campus, and I love it. I love that we got a strong male character in this film. He's the dude. He's the Jason Bourne. He's the Ethan Hawke. He's the John Wayne. He's the James Bond of this film. He's a guy's guy. You can have a beer with him really easily and just hang out with him. And if you ever got into a situation, you knew you and him could handle yourselves in a fight if you ever got jumped. I mean, love it. Just great deal. And then Adam Driver just playing Kylo Ren. You know, good job of playing it. A villain, but giving this villain many layers, and I think that's as far as I really want to go right now. So what about this film maybe was difficult for me? As I said, the first time I saw it, I was kind of a bit confused. Well, that will be in the spoiler, but I'll just say this. I would have loved to have seen a little bit more Poe Dameron because I thought he was great. I would have also have loved to have seen some more Captain Phasma. I didn't feel like she was in it enough, and the scenes that she was in were just okay. I felt like the pacing of this film, I mean, it was 2 hours and 10 minutes, but it felt like it was an hour. I feel like there were a couple of scenes that if they had just let it marinate, it would have kind of maybe sold some of the drama and the emotion in the film a little better. Because it was pretty quick. I would have been okay if this movie was 2 hours and 30 minutes, but as it is, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, but feels like an hour. So there's some things in there. And also, again, I'm just saving it for the spoilers. There's certain things that kind of happen that kind of it just fell flat because you just felt like, oh, again. So at any rate, what do I think about this movie? I always give a movie a pass or fail. There is no middle ground here because we're talking about your hard-earned money. You're spending your $15 and more to go out and see a movie. Some movies are better to see on VOD. Some are better to see on the big screens. This film is definitely blowing up. Meaning you should definitely not walk but sprint to the theater right now and watch it. And then because of the action, the pace is so quick, you're probably going to have to see it more than once and just let it sink in. But when you do that, yeah, it's pure joy. You will absolutely love it. I know I have. I've seen it twice now. I'm going to see it one more time, probably tonight, with a different group of friends who still haven't seen it yet. So I guess that's good for me. So anyway, it's your boy Vegabomber. Those are my initial thoughts. Again, hang on. I'm going to put the spoiler up and we'll talk about that. And then I'm going to have a speculation and reaction video with some of my friends over at the Lost Toys because there's some things that we could really get into and talk about. And I want to see what they have to say, and I'm sure you might want to watch in on that too. So anyway, I'm your boy Vegabomber, and I am out. Wait a minute. Let me give a shout out. That's right. I need to give a shout out to new subscriber Tim Kennedy. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Vegabomberland. And now I'm out.